Hey YouTube, welcome back to Transwest in Belton, Missouri, just south of Kansas City proper. My name is Ray, and today I get the privilege of showing you the 2024 Ventana, and this floor plan is the 4369. This is one of the longest Ventanas, so this floor plan is one of the more popular floor plans, as well as this particular Ventana is just packed to the gills with great options that I think you'll appreciate and love to have. So we're going to go ahead and start up front in the cockpit. Now again, this is on a Cummins engine, 400 horsepower. That is correct. So if you're coming out of a country star that offers you about a 360 or 380, this one actually is a 400 horsepower, so you have an upgrade there. Has a digital dash as well as a larger screen that you would find from a country star with the navigation and radio system included. As you can see, you have the nice options here where you can go ahead and shift right here. You don't have to worry about having those shift buttons over on the side, trying to figure out where your buttons lay out and things like that. Here it's really easy. You grab this instrument, you move from your different gears very quickly. This is a Newmar, so you are going to get the comfort drive, which people really love about Newmar. And what it does is it's a computer assisted steering system, and it helps you on curvy roads or fighting winds, and it just makes it easier to drive, takes that tension out of your shoulders, and then you just have a better overall driving experience. Here in the passenger seat, as you can see, I do have this spun around. The driver's seat does that as well. So it just adds additional seating to this area where you'd be doing most of your entertaining. One of the things I want you to notice is, so the Country Star, which is just below this Ventana, that's your introductory diesel. Ventana is just that one step up over to the luxury. So one of the differences you're going to see is now you've got that tile instead of laminate flooring, and this particular Ventana actually has heated flooring. So again, that is just an awesome option. If you're anything like me, I love warmth, I love comfort, but I don't always love having to look for my slippers. The idea that I can have the floor on, have some heat going, and whether or not I have socks or if I've got slippers or just barefoot, I'm always comfortable walking around in my coach. So that's a great, great feeling, great sense of comfort. As we move over here, this particular Ventana has the theater seatings. Now you have two other options. You have the recliners, and you also have the sofa. The theater seat seems to be a more common nowadays. A lot of people like this option, so obviously that's what we went with. One of the cool features about this is you can see you have your little connector here to charge your phone. No worrying about having to find an outlet, throw the cord behind your shoulder, have to draw things back, or if you don't, have it plugged in, then you got to go find the screen or the string and pull it out and constantly set yourself up. Here, it's right here, easy, able to focus. And of course, who doesn't love a theater seat that also reclines? So again, this goes really low. As you can see, it's almost completely parallel to the floor. This is a great place to take a nap, an even better place to watch a movie. You see on the other side here, where you have this huge, nice window, there is the televator. I'm gonna go ahead and raise that for you so that you can see how easy that is. I just hit this button right here. It's gonna make me look bad. There we go. It's gonna pop easy. It's not one of those ones where you have to keep your finger on the button the whole time, waiting for the thing to raise. You just hit it one time, sit back, relax, and really enjoy the process. You also have great sound system with the Bose stereo system there. So again, great theater experience for the night after a day of camping, going out, enjoying the wilderness. Sometimes you just want to lay back in the comfort of the coach, watch a movie, and fall asleep. So you definitely have, again, very easy to put it down. You just kind of click this down button here, and it goes down. One of the nice things about having a televator is you don't lose a wall, right? You don't constantly have a television right here stopping you from enjoying the sites that you may be parked by. One of the things I want to know is this is an option. It has a kitchen window. Not every Ventana has a kitchen window. This is an upgrade. It's about a $2,000 upgrade to have this kitchen window. But when you sit back and take it in, you'll notice what it does is it allows you to get sunlight from all sides here. So you get a nice bright feel inside the coach. Again, if you're out in the wilderness or you're out at some state park and you just want to see the environment around you, this allows almost that panoramic view of being able to see everything around you. And again, lets that natural light in. Now, what's also nice too is that when it is time for privacy, you simply just grab and pull down. Oh. And there you'll be able to block any of the windows. All of them have both the night and the day screens. The other nice feature is these are all canopy windows here. So what that means is that you can open it up, and what it does is when it opens, gonna make me look bad. There we go. When it opens like that. So even if it rains, you don't have to worry about water coming in. But it's really easy to get a nice cross stream here if you don't want that stale air sometimes you'll get from forced air in. This way it's real easy to open up the windows, get that cross breeze going, and you feel nice and comfortable in the coach. The other thing that I want you to notice is, and I'm not sure if my mic picks this up, but we're actually located right near the interstate. As soon as I open up the window, I can hear the traffic outside, but the insulation on the Newmar is so well that when I close this, all that noise goes away. And it's the same thing when you open the door or have the door closed. The insulation here just gives you a nice private feel where you barely hear the traffic or the environment around you, and you can be nice and comfortable inside your home, or inside your coach, I should say. Opposite to these, you have your jackknife sofa that allows a quick bed if you need one. As we make our way over here, we've got the dinette style seating. So basically you kind of come in here, enjoy. Plenty of space. I'm not rubbed up against the table, so I'm comfortable. The other thing I love about this segment setup is the cushion against the wall, so it makes it really easy to turn this way if you're working on your laptop, if you're watching TV. This kind of almost becomes a makeshift chase. And again, just feel nice and comfortable in your own space. This also serves two other purposes. This actually will come down and become a bed. So we have a place to eat, we have a place to sleep, and we also have storage underneath. So one of the things about RVs, the more things can do, allows you to do more things with them, if that makes sense. As we can make our way over here, we do have a pull-out island, giving you a little bit more counter space when needed, and then you can always hit the button and get it out of the way when you don't want it. Or we're just gonna keep it here, I'm not sure. There we go. So as you move back, I swear it's easier than I made it look. And then of course you've got the great drawer. So you got all this space in here. Plenty of stuff to storage, and I love how the drawers come all the way out, so you don't have to worry about losing something in the back. It just gives you that peace of mind that you know you can really maximize the storage in this coach. Now, Newmar's reputation comes down to its cabinetry and quality of no staples, just screws, glues, nice hardware. Again, adjustable shelving here, so you can really personalize the space. Use it the way you want to use it. And again, it's so structurally sound. You can hear that clip when it closes. I really can't shake these doors. What that means is a nice quiet ride when you're driving, because the road will have some vibration to it. Of course, the Star Foundation and Newmar plus the installation will absorb a lot of that vibration, but still some does come through, and the fact that you're not going to have any noise while you're driving, again, just adds to the quality of that travel. As we make our move over here, then this is an all-electric coach with true induction, which means as long as the pod is metal, it'll work on this. Another great option is that these are removable. So if you want to cook outside, it's very easy. You just unplug it, plug it in outside, and all of a sudden you can do fish out there, bacon, either just to be a part of the action that's happening outside or to keep certain smells from filling up your blah, blah, blah. filling up your coach. A great size sink also. We've got the dual sinks, nice and deep. Again, that's great if you like to do your hand washing, or if you just want to be able to put the dishes out of the way and not have to worry about stacking them in the dishwasher. Because yes, this does have a dishwasher that you'll find right down there. Actually, it turns out that if you use your dishwasher, you end up using less of your water than if you were to hand wash your dishes. So highly recommend it, even though I know a bunch of people who drive these coaches that just use that dishwasher to hold their dishes, right? As we make our way over here, you'll notice residential fridge with plenty of space. You'll notice the filter here. Now the Ventana, like most Newmars, have a filter outside, so it filters the water as it's coming into the coach. And then this fridge has a separate filter for the water that's coming out for the drinks. So the water that you would actually be drinking out of this coach has been filtered twice. Again, just a great peace of mind to know that the water you're drinking, you know, is nice and clean. As you kind of move over to the pantry, you'll notice plenty of space here, and it is adjustable. So that adjustment allows you to move these around, again, to make it fit the purpose that you need it to fit. You'll notice down here, we've got the vacuum. I just click on here. Oh, it didn't pop up. There it is. This allows you, again, just makes it a lot easier to keep the place clean. You've got where you can sweep it up here. You also have the attachment here. If you want to use it as a vacuum, you'll be able to do that as well. We make our way over here. You'll notice the touchscreen that pretty much allows you to manage and adjust things in the coach. As we go to the home button, you'll see you get a quick overview of your tanks, your batteries. This is a great peace of mind because a lot of the time you don't want to have to deal with the things that you have to deal with when you're in a coach. And just makes it a lot easier to deal with those things and keep yourself on top of it. Again, you can manage your electricity. The floor heat that I was talking about earlier or made reference to earlier, easy to manage and control from here. Obviously the HVAC on very hot days or very cold days. You can even pair this to your phone. So a lot of the things that you do on this screen, as long as you're near the coach, you'll be able to do on your phone through the Bluetooth technology, which is a great feel because sometimes you're outside hooking up tanks and stuff like that. You could check your phone and see exactly how full your tanks are, or if you have pets, you can manage the temperature inside the coach while you're outside. If it gets a little too hot and you want to bring the pets in, or a little too cold, you want to bring the pets in, you could totally maneuver and adjust how that coach is so that the environment inside is exactly what you want for your pets. As we make our way to the half bathroom, you can see that we have the nice little pocket door. And what that does is just allows you access to that bathroom without taking up a whole bunch of space with a normally opening door. That is huge for when you're in travel mode and you got all the slides in. It allows you to still have access to the refrigerator as well as get into the bathroom without having to open up your slides. As you look inside the bathroom, you see it's great. It's got a cool bowl sink, a nice aesthetic look, beautiful backsplash to it. Again, this is your first real touch of luxury from the Newmar line. Plenty of space for things if you need to put it on the counter. Definitely a medicine cabinet here. So again, you're in a position to be able to put the things that you need in there without it feeling all clustered. As we make our way over, we are now in the bedroom. This is a king size bed with a premium mattress. So you're going to be comfortable on your night sleeps, which is huge for when you're camping and hiking and doing things like that. You know you want to be able to come back to your RV, recharge, regroup, and be able to enjoy all those activities the next day. One of the cool things I want to point out is I do know that sometimes customers in the RVs, they have to deal with CPAP machines, right? If I lift this up, first, you're going to notice storage underneath here. Great place to hide things or put things that you're not using. But the other is this little space in between the sides here. That is a great spot to put your CPAP machine. Now, the internet isn't always true, but I think I read something on the internet that says that CPAP machine should be below your chest. Whether or not that's right, I don't know, but this gives you the option to be able to do that. I know some people do like to put their CPAPs up here, along with other things to store. There is a plug there to be able to use it. But again, that just gives you another spot to be able to put it. And again, saves you other room for other things that you may want to put above. Another nice thing is the fact that there is plenty of plugs and outlets. You got things for your cell phone, as well as if you like to work from home, you're not stuck. You don't necessarily have to be over in up in the captain seats. You don't necessarily have to be in the theater seats. You don't necessarily have to be at your dinette. You can just put it on your lap, sit back at the desk, have some natural light coming at you, watching some TV while you work on your laptop, because you have all the plugs and things to be able to plug things in that you need. Plenty of drawers for your clothes and things like that. And of course, you have your wardrobes. So nice, anything you need to hang, you have space for. Again, you have another window here. So if you want to leave in some natural light, you're in that position to let as much light as you can inside the room. I know a lot of people love the sunlight. They want to feel that on their face. They want to feel the light up their coach. This allows that opportunity to let that natural light in. There is a step up as you go into the master bedroom or bathroom. Really quick, I just want to open this up for you. You notice nice stacked washer dryer. I love the fact that they have the shelving here that kind of separates the two. One, it allows you to put some storage here if you've got like your softener, fabric softener, things like that. But two, you just don't have the machines just sitting on top of each other, possibly putting some unneeded pressure or weight on either one. So we make our way over here. You'll notice the shower. This shower is huge. It's one of the bigger showers that the Newmar floor plan offers. Plenty of space. You'll also notice that it has the shower miser, which is a water saving system. And basically it's designed to allow you to find the right temperature that you want without burning through your fresh water. So the way it works is you hit a button, you hit the temperature that you want. Once the water gets to that temperature, well, I kind of jumped in front, right? So what it does is when you hit that button, instead of that water running and going into your gray tank, it actually just goes right back to the freshwater tank until it gets to the right temperature. Hit the button, and then now it'll go to the gray tank as you take your shower. So it's a great way to keep that fresh water. It's a huge convenience, especially if you're dry camping, obviously. You don't want to use that when you got yourself plugged in, because you'll end up flooding everything as you got all the water coming through. Two great sinks, so they're his and hers, or him and hims, they're hers and hers, but everyone gets a sink. Sometimes it becomes parents and kids, whichever way you want to break it down. Everybody gets their own sink, and everybody has tons of space to store the things they need to either say good night or good morning in this thing. Again, I'm going to bring it up one more time only because I think it's awesome. Again, this is heated floor. So imagine you take a shower, you get out of the shower, you might have that little mat to catch the wet, and then you take that first step out, and some people have those slippers waiting for them. Some people just do the toe thing until they get to the bed, right? All heated flooring, you don't have to worry about that. You get out of the shower, you take a step onto the tile, it's nice and warm, you're nice and comfortable. Over here, you'll see the toilet, but what I really want to point out is the egress door behind it. It's a great way. It's easy to open. You just kind of hit unlock. Oh, did it the wrong way. Or maybe it's not that easy.